Alert, Lions fans! Breaking news has just arrived, and you can't miss it. But first of all, like the video. This simple gesture doesn't cost you anything, but it helps our work a lot and ensures that you continue to receive the latest updates from the Detroit Lions every day. And if you're not part of our community yet, subscribe to the channel now and activate the bell so you don't miss any news about our team. Am I counting on you for this? So, without further ado, let's get straight to the big news of the day. The Detroit Lions decided to give edge rusher Marcus Davenport another chance, signing a one-year contract with the player before the start of free agency. The deal, valued at up to $4.75 million, includes $2 million in incentives and a roster bonus of $50,000 per game, which could reach a total of $850,000. The structure of the contract suggests the Lions are taking minimal risk, especially considering Davenport played in just 2 games last season before suffering an arm injury in Week 3 that ended his season. The idea of bringing Davenport back may have been dubious, especially after his injury history. After a promising performance in Week 1, he sat out Week 2 with a groin injury. Still, there was hope the Lions were planning another addition at center, possibly a veteran edge rusher who could provide some safety and depth. So far, however, the team has only re-signed rotational players and released Zadarius Smith, with General Manager Brad Holmes justifying the decision by saying the team couldn't afford the nearly $9 million bonus Smith was due on day 3 of the new league year. Still, Holmes left the door open for the defensive back to return. The 2024 draft also features a deep class at edge rusher, and Dan Campbell said at the league meeting this week that the team is not done with its search for reinforcements. But for now, the Lions appear to be betting heavily on Davenport as a key piece of their defense. Campbell, known for his impassioned speeches and unwavering belief in his players, acknowledged the risk of relying on an athlete with a lengthy injury history. "I think as long as he's willing to give it another go, and we believe he can do it, and we feel like his rehab has gone well, we have reason to believe he'll be fine," the coach told Dave Burkett of the Detroit Free Press. "Everything points to him being ready. So yeah, we're confident. And if everything goes the way we expect, Davenport could be a tremendous player for us." Looking at Marcus Davenport's track record. Looking at the facts, there's reason to be skeptical. Over the past 2 years, Davenport has played in just 6 games. During his stint with the Vikings in 2023, a Minnesota reporter publicly questioned his commitment to recovering from an ankle injury. Since being drafted in the first round by the New Orleans Saints in 2018, Davenport has played more than 500 defensive snaps just once, in 2019. His best season was in 2021, when he recorded 9 sacks and was ranked by Pro Football Focus as the 6th best edge rusher in the NFL. However, after that season, he underwent multiple surgeries, and even though he was relatively healthy in 2022, playing 15 games for the Saints, he produced only half a sack over 490 defensive snaps. The phrase "player from hell" used by Campbell to describe Davenport may have been an attempt to motivate him, or even a show of hope that even the coach himself does not seem entirely sure of. The bottom line is that relying on Davenport to stay healthy is a risk, and even if he manages to avoid further injuries, his recent productivity doesn't guarantee he'll be a difference maker for the Lions' defense. Campbell's optimism may just be a way to keep morale high, but the truth is that Detroit may need a backup plan if this gamble doesn't pay off. The Detroit Lions may be on the verge of finding their next great edge rusher in the 2025 NFL Draft, and interestingly, history may be repeating itself. In 2013, the franchise made a bold gamble by selecting Ezekiel Ansah with the 5th overall pick. Ansah, a native of Ghana, spent most of his youth playing basketball and only dabbled in football a few years before the draft. However, his raw talent and exceptional athleticism caught the attention of scouts, and the Lions decided to take a chance. The gamble paid off. Ansah played 6 seasons in Detroit and achieved All-Pro status in 2015, recording an impressive 14.5 sacks that year. Every now and then, players come along with such natural athletic talent that they can dominate any sport they choose. Ezekiel Ansah was one such case, transforming himself from a raw rookie into an NFL star in record time. And now, in 2025, there's a draft prospect who fits that bill perfectly. His name? Ahmed Hassanein, a promising edge rusher from Boise State University. Like Ansah, Hassanein has an unconventional football career. He was born in Egypt and only moved to the United States in 2018. When he arrived, he spoke no English and didn't even understand the rules of the game. However, his CrossFit background gave him an impressive athletic foundation, allowing him to adapt quickly to the sport. Hassanein started playing high school football just 5 years ago, but his growth has been meteoric. He became a 3-star prospect and received offers from several NCAA Division I programs, ultimately choosing to play at Boise State. Each season, he showed significant progress, culminating in a 2024 campaign where he racked up 62 pressures and 10 sacks, numbers that placed him among the best pass rushers in the country. Those 62 pressures were the 4th most in the NCAA, an impressive feat for someone with so little experience in the game. While there are many similarities between Hassanein and Ansah, there is one key difference: their draft projection. While Ansah was drafted in the top 5, Hassanein has yet to garner the same hype and is currently projected to be a day 3 pick, with a chance of moving up to the 3rd round on day 2, depending on how teams evaluate his potential. For the Lions, this represents a golden opportunity to land a raw talent with a very high ceiling without having to spend a high pick. Should the team decide to invest in an edge rusher early, Hassanein could end up being a bonus addition to the roster, bringing depth and versatility to the defensive front. Detroit has a history of prioritizing athletes with impressive physical abilities in its drafts, and Hassanein fits that bill. Additionally, the Lions value players who align with the team's culture, something the Egyptian also represents. Last season, he was a finalist for the Jason Witten Man of the Year award, a recognition of his leadership and character, and was named an academic All-American, excelling not only on the field, but off it as well. On the field, Hassanein offers a valuable package for any NFL team. He can play as a traditional edge rusher, lining up on the edges of the defensive line, but his combination of size and strength also allows him to be deployed to the interior in certain formations. This versatility is something the Lions deeply value in their defenders, making him even more attractive as a prospect. With the NFL draft approaching, it remains to be seen whether the Lions will make that move and make history by becoming the first franchise to draft an Egyptian player. If their gamble pays off, they could be adding a special talent to their defense, just as they did over a decade ago with Ezekiel Ansah. So Lions fans, do you think Ahmed Hassanein could be a great find for the team? His story is incredible and his potential is undeniable. But will he be able to make it in the NFL? In my opinion, he has everything it takes to be one of those players who arrive without much fanfare and surprise everyone. But I want to know what you think. Would you like to see him wearing the Lions jersey? Comment below and share your opinions. See you soon.